Welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Sarah Louise. I'm a reader of the cosmic weather. I'm an intuitive, and I'm here to share with you what's coming up this week and how you can navigate yourself through the week. So my beautiful friends, I'm actually away this week on holiday, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'll just take a week out, and then I was like, actually I can't, I need to check in, I need to remind everybody on how powerful and amazing this week is really. We got so much happening, and we start the week on Monday with this incredible solar eclipse, and we've got a solar eclipse, we've got the equinox, and we're moving into Libra season all at the same time, and this is so freaking powerful. The eclipse closes off that eclipse season, so it's like we've walked that corridor, we've come to the other side, and the endings are wrapping up, and we're about to step into that new beginning. And as we do that, we're doing it on the equinox, which is this point of equilibrium, of harmony. It's in Libra, it's about balance, it's around relationships, around harmony, harmonizing. And so together, I'm like, this is the point that we have been working towards. So sometimes, like, I'm not saying that this week's going to be super cruisy, because as this kind of energy comes up and we walk through the kind of into this new kind of alignment, you know, it possibly can feel a bit challenging at times, because it's new, and we're still kind of navigating these new ways, but we know that we can't do the old ways. So, you know, it can feel a little bit prickly, yeah. But on the positive, this week is like, it's incredible. And that kind of last week was that kind of pause moment before we step forward. And how I envisage it as, it's like the two sides of this incredible new gateway. And you know, we've got the solar eclipse and we've got the equinox, and they're creating this gateway for us to walk forward, like a new threshold, a completely new vibration, new alignment, new chapter. So yeah, it's a really big week. So I really want you to tune into this energy. So wherever you are in the world, please have a look at where the solar eclipse is happening for you. I won't actually be in Brisbane, but I'm in Queensland, Australia, and the eclipse is happening from 6:15 till it will last kind of just over an hour in the morning. So my advice, please, if you can, make that extra effort, get up, watch the sunrise, be out, you know, be aware, be up at that time, 6:15 till 7:30, you know, even if it's for a few moments, you know, be up, set your intentions, sit in stillness, tune into that Libra energy of this equinox that's also sitting there too, of kind of, as I say, harmony, harmonizing relationships, peace, balance. Like, we got to bring the balance in, yeah, and just kind of sit and think about your intentions, think about where you're going. What does this new chapter look like? You know, what have you left behind? What are you creating in this space? You know, because every time we leave something behind and we let go, we create this space. And what are we going to put in that space? We got this, you know, this moment of newness to fill up. Like, what are you going to put in there? And you know, you would have felt it recently, but there's this, you know, you know that you can't do the old ways anymore, so that you're kind of learning to navigate these new ways. And there's a little bit of trial and error, but finding your voice, you know, speaking up, trusting yourself, and believing that you can have what you want. You are worthy of it. And if you don't voice it, and you don't put it out there, and you don't explain it, it's never going to happen. So it's a massive week. Like, I'm so grateful that I'm away this week and I can really tune in and do my journaling on Monday, and you know, I've booked a massage, and so I'm going to look after my body, and talking a lot around that. Like, this is the time to really tune into not just those one-off things, but how are you going to look after your temple going forward in everyday life? Not just oh, I do that if I feel bad, or I do that if I have a moment. Like, what things, you know, what are you going to put down that's going to support you and hold you? Yeah. We're going into a new chapter. It's a new vibration. It's new alignment. It's a new season. It's a new time. Where I am, you know, the light's about to come in, and we step over this threshold, and it's, you know, it's a whole new, I kind of want to say it feels like a whole new world, yeah? And what that world looks like is very much determined on your perception, your thoughts, your beliefs. So remember, a belief is just a thought we keep thinking. A perception, we may be holding on to old perceptions that we can easily shift now. So this kind of work of, you know, constantly kind of coming here and going, is this true to me? Is this true to who I am today? Is this something that I need to change? How am I going forward on this? Yeah. Have a read of the weekly. I put lots of info in there, the written, and yeah. As I say, if you can get up on that solar eclipse, tune in, do that little, you know, do some meditation, tune in, write down your intentions, step into that new alignment, and walk with purpose. Walk with knowing that there's a new light available, knowing that there is joy for you, you know, because in this new chapter, we don't have all the stuff, you know. Yeah, we've got a story that's playing out over there, but we're going into a new space where we can completely change the whole algorithm of all of it. Yeah? So it's up to you. What's it going to look like? What's it going to feel like? What role you're going to play? Yeah? I'm excited. As I said, yeah, it's challenge may come up this week, but whatever. Set the tone. Remember, challenges always, on the other side of a challenge, there's always growth anyway, and there's always a breakthrough if we work through it and we allow it to be. Yeah. Have an amazing week. Look, how lucky am I? I feel like I'm in paradise at the moment. I'm extremely blessed to have a little bit of time out. So have an incredible week. Happy eclipse, happy equinox, happy Libra season. And yeah, happy everything really. Sending you heaps of love, and I'll see you next week.